In case people don't know about your amazing 58 Before 18 project, would you mind sharing how and why you began?
Just spend more time with our family and to travel and see all the national parks that I wasn't able to do when I was a kid, and now I'm actually able to go with my own kids and see all 58 national parks.
It first began when we visit with some friends, and we went to one park and we never knew how amazing it was when we first saw the wilderness and all the animals. It was just so breathtaking. So we were thinking, and hey, I think we should do this. I think we should visit some other parks besides this one. It might be better than this one. So that's how it began.
Well, we first visited Yosemite National Park, and when we came back, went to Shenandoah, and then wanted to make our summer vacation all about the national parks. And we drove across the country all the way to Yellowstone and all 5 national parks in Utah, and used the map of the national parks as our sightseeing endeavor. And it was quite fun. We got a couple of passports where the boys stamped and canceled these parks, and that's how it began. And when we came back after those couple of weeks, we wanted to do it again, and so we dedicated each vacation or 3-day weekend to visit as many parks as we possibly can together as a family. And we're continuing that journey today. So, who's involved in this project?
Just the 4 of us.
And what have you gained from this experience?
Wisdom.
Do you have any advice for someone wanting to take their family to visit the national parks?
Nature trails only.
Well, that's quite funny, Luke, because you know the nature trails are the shortest. But in all sincerity, what advice would you give another teenager?
I would do it.
Research prior to going, so you know the type of weather and the climate, and then also how much water you need to take on each trip, and just be prepared for anything that might happen. First aid is always first aid kit's always good to have. Just knowing your types of animals that live in that area is always a good thing, so you know what to be watchful for.
Remember to pack enough water when you're hiking, and just remember to have fun.
So what inspired you to start such a huge project?
Just trying to set a goal for myself and my family, and to see if I was able to achieve seeing all these 58 national parks throughout the United States, and also to visit family on our way through these states, and also be able to hike different trails and experience the wonderful beauties that nature gives to all of us.
I love the outdoors and Mother Nature, the solitude, quietness, the beauty that man cannot create. Everyone has a task, so together as a family we can be stronger and have less stress. So we depend upon each other to make sure that when we're out in the wilderness, we have all the necessary attire, food, water, precautions to relax and enjoy our time together.
My task is to have fun and just be Winston. Researching about booking the hotels, booking the flights, and making sure we go to the national park with the right directions and get into the park.
What's your task?
Social media advisor.
I'm the food girl. I just fix lunches and I make sure everybody's fed. I guess I'm the chef.
You have visited 42 of the 58 national parks so far. Did you ever imagine your idea would lead you to documenting each park and creating a website?
No, I did not know it would go this far. I thought we were just gonna visit maybe 5 or even maybe 4, just 2. But the national parks kept us going. We got addicted.
No, I did not think about how this was going to take off, but actually it's been inspiring a lot of my friends and others.
So we figured we would do this work, documenting, creating a template of maybe how to do it and inspire others. And we need each other to help put all this stuff together. And hopefully it'll be something that we'll be very, very proud of. What do you feel you're gonna gain from these experiences?
I think that we're probably gonna gain love for our family because we do this together as a family.
Do you have any advice for someone wanting to take their family to visit the national parks?
Yes, my best advice would be to don't be afraid to pack a cooler and pack some stuff in the car and go out on an adventure, explore this great American landscape we have, to get some exercise, to just wander off in the woods or take a trip to a close national park.
I would actually tell them to look and see what they might be interested in. A lot of people they like to see more trees compared to like swamps and glaciers. So it just depends on what they like in nature, and I advise them to research prior to going out to vacation at any of these national parks, to be knowledgeable in the trails and the gear and the lodging so they can have an affordable trip.
Yes, I have some advice. Buy a passport and get it stamped at one of the parks, and then show it to your friends or family or just your neighbor and say, look, I've been to this park, and it shows the date and what park it is. It's really cool.
You can purchase your passport at any National Park Visitor Center. It's really fun stamping your passport, 'cause you can say, I visited this park.
And I think you will get a lot more out of it than you may possibly imagine. So you should take a chance and try one park and 2 and 3 and see how it changes and improves your life and gets you fit and out in the wilderness. Have you had to overcome any obstacles?
Yes, I have. I don't have a very good knee. I've had 2 ACL revisions and neither one of them did very well. So I'm hiking with no ACL, so I use a DonJoy brace, which helps me. It's a little hard to maneuver on the trails sometimes, but other than that, I seem to finish the trail. Might take me a little longer than most, but I do achieve to reach the end of the trail successfully.
Family obstacles and trail obstacles, because sometimes trails that are like too steep or too long, it's hard for me and the family to do, so that's an obstacle. And by family, we have to work together to get this done. If not, it won't work.
Have you ever been afraid in a national park?
Yes, at Yellowstone, actually, when a grizzly and her 2 cubs came towards the car, we all scrambled and jumped into other people's vehicles to not get eaten by the grizzly. Yes, I was afraid right then. For a moment, I was more afraid for my kids. Just a little too close. Definitely need to keep your distance from wildlife at all times.
Are you afraid of heights?
Yes.
How do you handle that?
If there's a chain on a rock, I know not to go that way. I stay on the leveled trails. No Zion for me.
I was afraid at Zion National Park. There was this one trail that went up all the way up to the cliffs, and then after that, it was called Angel's Landing. And me and Mom, we stayed behind because it looked kind of dangerous, because you only had like a rope to keep you standing, and I was scared.
I take my time when it comes to fear and high peaks and dangerous cliffs and close to wildlife. We're respectful that when we're in a park, it's the bears or the bison or the snakes or the alligators' territory. If we're hiking in bear country, we actually sing or make some noise so we don't startle the bears and don't provoke. So I like to remain calm and keep my fears to a minimum. Specifically, what were you afraid of?
The long hikes.
I stretch a lot when we hike long distances, so I'm not cramping up, drinking plenty of liquids and balancing our proteins and our salts, and just taking good care of ourselves and wearing proper attire so we can actually enjoy a long hike and being all alone except for the trees and the leaves and the wildlife, except for just us. It's actually amazing that these parks and these places, we can actually be all alone, just our family and the park. And so I look forward to the obstacles and the extreme adventure and exploration that comes with seeing new places. And it's actually one of my favorite parts about this whole endeavor is to adventure to see new places that we've never been to before.
Peace out.